Well, hello. Super excited to show you this program I've been working on. It's something that I made in Python a while back, but I really was excited to try to make again. The basic premise is that it's a text game engine. It's built to basically allow people to input rooms, and as long as they follow this naming scheme right here, it allows them to explore through the rooms. So let me build it real quick and show you kind of how it works. So I'm going to start with my name. I'm Ryan. Um, so right here, got the word south. So if I go in here and type in north, doesn't do anything. If I type in south, great, it does stuff. I'm glad that it's working. And you can go back west. You can just explore all over, going through each of these rooms. So my goal with this project was to make it so that people could just build rooms and just use these keywords in order to progress through the rooms. So the naming scheme is basically north and south will move you up and down 100 rooms, and east and west will move you one room depending on the direction you go. So the main file doesn't really do too much. It just instantiates the character, makes a room, gets your name. Eventually I'm planning on adding a loading system here. Just simply it gets the room of the character that it's currently in. Right now I have the character set to room 500 to start with. That way it's easier to navigate. Just asks you what you will do every single time. It runs in a loop, and then it brings you to the action. And you get the action, and then it keeps plugging it into the room until you die or something. So the room class is pretty simple. Probably doesn't even need to be a class, but it is. It just gets the room, takes the room number from up here, plugs it in right there, makes it nice, and returns a bool. This bool is going to be your directions, north, south, east, west. Basically, it reads through the file, and if it finds a north, south, east, or west, it sets the bool to true or false, depending on if it finds it. The character class, this is where a lot of the heavy lifting happens. Got the basic struct for the character. Got the name, whether or not they have items, what time it is, what room they're in, the health they have. A lot of it's not implemented yet, actually. Most of it is not implemented yet. Very simple, prints the inventory, displays all the stuff, whether or not you have stuff, what time it is, what your health is. Some simple getters and setters, nothing too crazy. This just gives you the help folder, tells you all the commands that you can do that aren't displayed on the screen. Then right here, this is where you get the north, south, east, west, and just basically tells the character, hey, there's not a direction, you can't go north if there isn't a north direction to go. It's not too much to it. Got a basic save feature. Saves all this data. Don't have the loading in yet, but I do have the saving, so that's a good thing. And then the room number change. If you go north, this is what changes it. It gives it a plus 100, minus 100, plus 1, minus 1. Trying to think if there's anything else too much. Oh yeah, I want to build another function that allows you to add new rooms. So whenever you start the main, it's going to say, oh, do you want to play the game or do you want to add on to the game? And then you start in like you tell it what room to start in, and then it populates it from there based on if you say north, south, east, west, and gives you new rooms, and then it will direct you to those rooms. This is going to take a while. I need to make all the enemies and objects, and it's going to be a lot. And yeah, if you haven't noticed, it's not very clean. There's no spaces or anything. So that's just another thing that I want to add. That's about everything I've got. I like where it's at. I'm pretty excited. I want to work on it more and get it working, though I'll probably finish working on it in Python because that's where I originally made it. But thanks for listening. It was a lot of fun. Adios.